Hi, and thank you for joining my talk. I'm Pardis Emami-Naeini, a postdoctoral scholar at University of Washington. Today, I'm going to talk about our research on exploring people's privacy attitudes and concerns toward remote communications during the COVID-19 pandemic. This is a joint work with my colleagues Tiona, Franziska, Kohno, and Franziska Roesner at University of Washington. Since late December 2019 and early January 2020, the world was hit by the COVID-19 pandemic caused by a virus. To prevent the spread of the virus, people around the world started using conferencing tools to work, socialize, and learn from home. These tools, however, exposed users to a wide range of privacy and security risks. We launched our online survey on May 2020 and recruited 220 participants. We sought to conduct our survey during the transition phase of the pandemic, when participants were still adjusting to the remote settings while remembering their normal lives before the pandemic. Our survey covers three contexts of remote communications: work from home, learning from home, and socializing from home. In each context, we leveraged participants' open-ended responses to surface their unbiased privacy and security attitudes toward three aspects of remote communications: conferencing tools, modes of remote communications such as microphone and webcam, and locations of remote communications, for example, bedroom or living room. We conducted quantitative and qualitative analysis to answer three research questions. How do people engage with different aspects of remote communications? How do privacy and security factor into people's behaviors and attitudes toward these aspects? And what approaches can be used to effectively inform and empower users' privacy and security decision-making related to remote communications? For the rest of this talk, I will briefly go over a few findings. And if you're interested in learning more about this topic, I encourage you to take a look at our paper. Accidental exposures of audio and video can lead to privacy violations. To raise users' risk awareness and avoid such incidents from happening, we need to understand the underlying reasons for participants' preferences toward different modes of remote communications. Our participants expressed lack of agency over sharing their audio and video in the remote meeting, even when being concerned. A participant said, "If the manager asks me to turn on the video, I have to do it, but I personally prefer to maintain it switched off at all times." Several participants reported to select a meeting location, which they perceived to be the most private in their homes. A participant said, "I'm concerned about my coworkers seeing my space. The kitchen is the least personal place in the house to have such meetings." Our participants wanted their employers and educators to listen to their concerns and accordingly provide meeting policies that answer these questions. What conferencing tools should be used and why? What privacy and security controls are provided by the tool? In what conditions are users required to activate their microphone and webcam? And how can users manage their concerns and discomfort with the tools? Tool developers could do more to protect people's privacy in their remote communications. To manage privacy from other meeting attendees, some participants reported to be using virtual backgrounds. However, several participants reported to not have access to this much-needed feature, which could be added in the future. And to preserve privacy from other household members, especially in crowded settings, future tools can be enabled with a feature to detect and notify the user whether other household members are in the hearing range of their remote meetings. In this work, we learned about people's privacy and security attitudes toward remote communications during the pandemic. However, this is not a history paper. In a recent Gallup survey, 17% of Americans reported that they will still prefer to work from home, even after the restrictions are lifted. This indicates that remote communications is going to last much longer than the pandemic itself. Going forward, our community, including researchers, software developers, and policymakers, need to continue to learn from users' experience with remote communications and work toward informing and empowering their privacy and security-related decision-making as they interact with the conferencing tools. I'm Pardis Emami-Naeini, and thank you very much for your attention.